Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com, and this is going to be your stock watch list and market talk for the 22nd of January, Tuesday. So I'm making this video on Monday, Martin Luther King Day. The markets are closed today. So let's go ahead and take a look. I'm not going to give you a big long video here, but the markets rose on hopes of breakthrough in trade talks with China last week. The stock market blasted off on trade news. China puts out potential offer in trade talks. China offers 6-year import plan with the USA. So we'll see how that's all going to work itself out. Bank earnings were the catalyst for the market, moving the markets up at the start of last week. The Dow Jones on Friday, we were up 336 points. The S&P 500 was up 35 points, and the Nasdaq up 73 points. So another, strong week with the markets, right? Very strong, and the bulls would say have the ball in their court right now. Found this article from Bloomberg. Bears chased out of stocks as the S&P 500 obstacles fall by the wayside. This coming from Bloomberg. Basically, the markets are climbing a wall of worry. And will the markets continue to climb that wall of worry? We shall see in the week ahead. They were ignoring bad news on Friday and last week. We had Tiffany lowers yearly forecast after holiday sales decline. This coming from the New York Post. And as you can see, Tiffany was up after that guidance forecast. So the market is ignoring negative news right now. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the markets real fast. We'll just do the SPY. All right, so the SPY, a nice V bottom now at this point, back above the 50 SMA. So we have the 260 level was taken out on the SPY. 270 is the next level to watch there, as we had a lot of support and resistance at that $270 level. And then we have the 200 SMA up above that. So, a ways to go before we get up to that 200 SMA. We'll have to get through that 270 level round number first. I'll be watching the 5 EMA, the 10 SMA, and the 20 SMA on my daily charts here to see if we break back below either any of those fast moving averages for a possible pullback in the market. So that's what I'm going to be watching for on the NASDAQ goes. We have come above the 50 SMA here, and the SPY is above the 50 SMA, the S&P 500. So we have a confirmed uptrend on both of those markets as we are back above the 50 SMAs on both. Many sectors also got back above their 50 SMAs. They broke back above them, as in this case with the banking stocks, the XLF, such names as JP Morgan. We also had Bank America and Citigroup all making nice moves after their earnings came out last week. Netflix came out with earnings last week, and just a slight pullback on Netflix. I mean, we had a huge run from about this 235 area all the way up to 360. And after their earnings came out, they said Netflix was raising prices to their subscribers. Maybe they didn't get the full subscriber growth they were looking at for Netflix, but just a slight pullback here. This is actually, you would think, a normal thing to have this pullback in Netflix. Tesla did not fare as well. Tesla coming out, and they were cutting their workforce. They cut their workforce by 7%, and the shares tumbled 13%. This article from the New York Post also. So we'll take a look at Tesla real fast here. So you had that move up to about the 383, 385 area. You see that's been resistance along the way off the daily chart here. Support has been around 250, so we're right around the middle of that range. We'll have to let this consolidate a little bit and set up again and see, how this, if this area here, the 290 area, 295 area is going to hold on Tesla, or are they going to maybe take it all the way down to that 280 area, or maybe even down to the 200 SMA on the weekly chart, which is around 272 area is the 200 SMA on the weekly chart for Tesla. So that will be one I'm definitely watching for the weeks ahead, months ahead on Tesla to see if it can find its footing and see if we can get a swing trade back into Tesla. The earnings parade is going to continue for the next few weeks. Coming up this week, as you know, the market is closed today, Monday. We did get Logitech out in the overnight hours on Logitech. Johnson & Johnson has earnings before the open on Tuesday. Halliburton, IBM also reporting on Tuesday. Interactive Brokers, Procter & Gamble will be reporting. Abbott Labs, Comcast, Kimberly-Clark. We also have United Rentals, URI, Las Vegas Sands, LVS symbol there. Texas Instruments will be reporting, TXN symbol there. On Thursday, Southwest Airlines, American Airlines will be reporting. Bristol Myers, JetBlue, some big names coming out. Intel, we have Intuitive Surgical, Western Digital will be reporting. E-Trade, Discover Financial, DFS is the symbol there. AbbVie reporting before the bell on Friday. DR Horton will be reporting, a home builder reporting Friday before the bell. So as you can see, the earnings continue on for the month of January. All this earnings information coming from Earnings Whispers site. They also put out this calendar for the month. As you can see, Apple will be reporting on the 29th of January, and then you have Facebook reporting on the 30th. So some bigger names there next week. PayPal also, so on and so forth. This you can obtain from the Earnings Whisper website. Another good site is the Trade Exchange. They do this calendar, economic and earnings. If you ever come across their calendar, just click here where it says for companies reporting earnings, and you get this beautiful drop down menu for earnings that are coming out each day for the market. So as far as economic information, not a lot of Fed speak this week coming up. Pretty clear with that. We do get Red Book sales now with the government shutdown. Some of these economic numbers may not be coming out because of the government shutdown that's still going on and overhanging the markets, but pretty straightforward as far as the economic information. More about earnings this week coming up. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the unusual call activity. Once again, this is a mailing that the Trade Exchange has. So CRM, Salesforce, had unusual call activity. UAA also had unusual activity. Oracle, Twitter, Intel, GLUU, and SGEN, all with unusual call activity, that courtesy of the Trade Exchange. Let's just take a quick look at the SPX, the weekly chart. Just a reminder, in this video, we did talk about in prior videos how that 200 SMA was a possible bouncing point, and we did bounce off that 200 SMA and a beautiful recovery here. The SPY is back above the 10 SMA on the weekly chart here. Now we're coming up to about that 2,700 level for the S&P 500 cash. Just keep that in mind. That could be a resistance spot. Once again, you're looking at the weekly chart on the S&P 500. So let's go ahead and get into the watch list for tomorrow, the 22nd, Tuesday. I'll be watching Apple. It's been kind of a laggard right now. Earnings are coming out on the 29th, but they're starting to get their watches into the medical field now. So Apple will be on watch for tomorrow and next week for possible intraday trades, also for possible quick swing trades in Apple before earnings. ADIL is another biotech name that I'm going to be watching. It's been in this range. It's been holding up now. It's definitely a little bit extended, but I'll be watching this $6 area and also see if it can get back over $7 on ADIL. Another name watching here is AMD Advanced Micro Devices semiconductor stock. The daily chart is shaping up here. The high was 2105. So we'll see if we can get up over that 21 area. We'll see how the futures in the overnight session do tonight. We'll see what kind of open we're going to get tomorrow morning. Amrin is another one that I'm watching. Still rumors swirling around this one. Amrin, watching that $18 level on AMRN. APHA. This is a cannabis stock. It's been kind of lagging the group here. We'll see if it can get back up over this 715 area for a possible turn back up and a move back above the 50 SMA. Most of the pot stocks have been very strong. Cronus Group, CGC, NBEV is another one I'm going to be watching. It's been holding above the 10 SMA here. Slight pullback after a big run up. We'll see if this one wants to reset for us. We got about a 20%, 25% swing trade out of NBEV, so I'll be watching that one again. Some other names I'm going to be watching. Blue Apron flagging here nicely. Below this $1.50, $1.55 area. 5 million shares came into APRN, so keep that on watch. ARRY, you see it's trying to get up over this resistant trend line here in that $18 number on ARRY. 2.6 million shares. Another biotech I'll be watching is AXSM. Had a big week, holding above the 5 EMA, trying to get above this 850 area. Maybe it needs to pull back a little bit. Maybe we get a pullback to about that 750, 725 area for this name, so I'll be watching that one. Baidu, one of the China names that's trying to get up over the 50 SMA. 50 SMA on Baidu currently is at 174. We'll call it 175 for Baidu. You see it's come up to the 50 SMA several times and failed. It's doing it again this time, but if they can get it up over the 50 SMA, we might get a move out of Baidu. Baba is holding up strong. I'll be watching that. IQ, another China name, turning back up, trying to get up over the 50 SMA. The high on this name was around on Friday, was about 1890. So maybe over that $19 level for IQ, HUYA. Another one that I have in my sights, trying to get up over the 100 SMA, 2037 there. We closed at 2031. So maybe over that 2050 spot for HUYA. Now, if you're looking to play some of the China internet names on a cheaper basis, you may want to take a look at the KWEB China Internet ETF. That is getting back above the 50 SMA. Some nice volume came into it on Friday, 3 million shares. So keep an eye on this. So you could do a longer term swing trade or investment in this one. Not trying to give you advice. That's not the intention of these videos. You'll have to decide that for yourself. But you're kind of playing up against, that $35, $37.50 area if you wanted to take a stab at some KWEB here. Some other names I'm looking at now. These would be for intraday. BIOC will be on my watch again, trying to get over that $3 area. Now, I have a trade idea scanner, so when Tuesday markets come about, I'll be watching stuff that's moving on my trade idea scanner pre-market that come on my watch. But some names that I'll also be watching, that BIOC, Triple CL is another China name. Craig, also another small China name, has been kind of quiet. I actually like Triple CL a little bit better. CLVS, not a China name, but watching this one to see if we can get up over this 25 area. Takeover rumors swirl about this one, but once again, those are rumors. Let's see, what else do I have on my watch? IZEA had news on Friday. Volume 1.2 million shares came into IZEA. We got a high here of $1.65, so maybe over that $1.70, $1.75 area for IZEA, IZEA for that one. Some other names, if the China and the trade is going to clear up, maybe this Micron is trying to get up over 36 bucks here. Maybe we can get a push up to 37 and beyond on Micron. So keep an eye on that one. MU. Some other stocks in that space, if they're all going to start to turn, you got STX and WDC. Now WDC has earnings coming out this week, so that might be a tell for those stocks, but it is trying to turn here. So those are some other stocks that you might want to have on your watch. VTVT for the intraday traders out there. Once again, basing below that 305 area. VTVT. Very VERI trying to turn the corner here underneath the 50 SMA. We've hit it before. We're kind of right there again now. This is going to be needing a news catalyst. The 50 SMA is at 538. So we'll see if this one wants to do anything and make a move over that 50 SMA. XOG, an oil and gas play. Oil has been recovering a bit. Oil, the XOIL light sweet crude oil closed at around 54 bucks a barrel, I believe it was. Let's check that out. XOIL, yeah, closed right at that $54 level. So maybe this XOG would like to have a continuation move here. It's under $5. Volume 3.3 million shares. So keep an eye on that. XOG. XXII, another name I'll be watching, biotech name. As you can see, it's been in this range, so we're back down to the bottom of the range here. I would like it to get over 250, 255. Then maybe I'll take a crack at it. XXII. By the way, this is a component of the MJ, the cannabis ETF. So, we'll keep an eye on that XXII. Another small little oil stock, WFT, trying to get up over the 50 SMA. I know some of you like these under $1 names. So here's the 50 SMA. It's trying to turn the corner. Over 19 million shares came in on Friday on that one. And another small little oil stock is PED, PED. This one holding above the 50 SMA. Now this SAEX has been getting some pops here and there. Here's the intraday chart of SAEX. You can see it had big pushback here. We popped up here, popped up here. So SAEX might want to do something also. You might want to keep that one on watch. But I think PED has a nicer daily chart, but we'll see. Volume was very light on Friday, so that's one thing that I don't like about it as far as PED. NOG, another small oil stock with a nice volume. This one has 8.4 million shares. Coming up to the 200 SMA on NOG. This one, the high on Friday was 285, so maybe over that 285, 290 area, NOG might give you a nice move up. Now, on last week, JB Hunt came out with earnings, and the stock did a gap up into their earnings. YRCW has been moving up also. So this is another trucking name you might want to keep on watch. Has that $6 area. Now we've come from under $3 all the way up to $6. We might need a pause or a pullback in this one. But some of the transportation stocks, FedEx was making a comeback. UPS also making a move up. So keep YRCW on your radar. I like it better if it pulls back, though, maybe to the 10 SMA or about maybe that 475 area for YRCW. So we'll end the stocks to watch list for tomorrow and the next couple of days with VVUS. Now the stock moved up above $5. We pulled back from that. They did have some news positive on a trial evaluating their obesity drug. So we've pulled back underneath the 5 EMA on the daily chart. This is another one that I'll have on my radar. Volume was a low volume pullback here. As you can see, big volume move up above 5. So VVUS will be on watch, and we'll see if that one has anything left in the tank on that one. Let me check and see if there's anything else that I wanted to go over with you. Nope, I think that's about it. So we start off, the week tomorrow with a shortened week. We had the Martin Luther King holiday on Monday. We have a lot of earnings coming out this week and for the weeks ahead. So stay posted to my YouTube channel. I'll be putting out a video each night as we get closer to the Apple earnings and the Facebook earnings, and we'll see what's going to happen when they report earnings. No. All right, everybody, have a good, successful day tomorrow, and we'll be back at it with another video on Tuesday for Wednesday. Good day trading tomorrow.